The Venice Film Festival is back. It's the oldest in the world and its 73rd edition runs until September the 10th. Let's take a look at what's in store.
It's seen as a springboard into the film industry's award season. Indeed, the past two Best Picture winners at the Oscars both premiered at the Venice Film Festival. And as the event kicks off its 10-day stretch, some films are already generating an extra special buzz.
Are you shining just for me?
Certainly the opening film, La La Land, is something that everyone is talking about. It's a musical, and as much as people maybe don't even want to admit that they like musicals, everybody kind of likes a musical. It's got Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone, two actors who are terrific actors. The idea of seeing them enjoying themselves in this way on screen, I think, is going to be just an absolute delight.
Festival director Alberto Barbera has put together a star-studded lineup of films.
We need more than a few to help us fight.
From The Magnificent Seven, a modern remake of the classic western about 7 gunmen hired to protect a town from thieves.
Who's local, my friend?
Oh, we're good. We got a Mexican.
I sense we are bonding.
To Derek Cianfrance's heart-rending new period drama, The Light Between the Oceans.
Someone knows that my girl is alive.
You'll be safe. I'll protect you, I promise. You saw what we've done to her.
It's too late.
I was helped by the fact that in the last 3 years, the three films got the Oscars after the Venice premiere. So it was, in a way, it was easier. And the second element is that, I mean, this is a very good season this year compared to, for example, last year. Last year was really more difficult to get access to good films. This year there's a lot of good stuff around.
The festival has heightened security in the wake of attacks in Europe. The venue, too, has also been improved.
We have a new theater, beautiful theater, a red cube, which is a sign of this change, which is still going on. In the next 2 years, we will renovate it entirely, the casino building. We'll have a new theater on the 3rd floor as well.
In recent years, Venice was thought to have lagged behind its direct competitors on the calendar, the festivals in Toronto and Telluride, Colorado. But this year, more than ever, Hollywood has come to the city known as the most serene to experience its old world glamour and compete for its coveted Golden Lion.
The 73rd Venice Film Festival will run until the 10th of September. To give us some more insight of the event, Head of News and Chief Reporter at Screen International, Andreas Weinsmann, joins us now. Hello and welcome to the show.
Good afternoon from a very, very warm Lido in Venice.
Good afternoon. Well, the 73rd edition of this festival, can you tell us a little bit about the history of the Venice Film Festival?
The Venice Film Festival really has become one of the very prestigious premiere events of the film calendar. It's the oldest festival in the world, started in the early 1930s, and has had a relatively turbulent history, one might say. Obviously stopped during the war, and different directors have put their different stamp on the festival, but certainly since the early 1980s it really has been growing in its prestige and has had all kinds of big name directors and film stars coming down here, from River Phoenix to Brad Pitt and George Clooney, and of course this year we kick off with the very anticipated La La Land with Ryan Gosling.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's the first of the big autumn festivals, but this year it begins on a more solemn note, doesn't it?
Yes, it must be said, of course, with recent events in Umbria in Italy and the very tragic earthquake, there is certainly that cloud hanging over the festival. and the opening gala dinner, in fact, was cancelled last night out of respect.
Right, 20 films are competing this year for the Golden Lion. La La Land is one that's finding a lot of room in the press, and it's the opening film. Which films, in your opinion, are the highlights?
Well, of course, La La Land is one of the big ones. It's the one that festival director Alberto Barbera himself pinpointed as the most likely to go on to score wins at the Oscars. But, of course, there's also Tom Ford, the designer turned film director, has his film Nocturnal Animals here with Jake Gyllenhaal, is very in demand. We also have a film with Michael Fassbender and Alicia Vikander called The Light Between Oceans, which is sure to be very much in demand. So there are a number, as always, and the competition this year is looking extremely hot.
Yes. Andreas, some exciting developments are also happening at the festival. The first feature-length virtual reality film is showing at this year. Tell us about the implications of this. How do you see the feature of virtual reality in film?
Well, VR really is the buzzword at the moment in the film industry, and a lot of industry are trying to work out how they can make VR pay, essentially. A lot of the studios are experimenting with it. And yes, we have the Venice market this year here. We have a number of VR projects, virtual reality projects playing, and a dedicated space to VR. We even have a VR around the crucifixion itself. So that is sure to get interest here as well. And it's really just now about learning for the industry how they can harness VR to make money out of it.
So how are you finding the festival so far? You're over there right now.
Yeah, the atmosphere really is building now. Behind me, you might be able to see the red carpet, which in a couple of hours will be jam-packed, and Ryan Gosling will be treading the carpet with his fellow team. The festival is always a delight, I must say. It's really grown in the last couple of years, and everyone is very happy to be here on the whole.
Andreas Wiseman, thank you very much for joining us from the Venice Film Festival.